Hey everyone, and welcome to the Deep Dive.
Glad to be here.
Today we're diving into a world that I find absolutely fascinating. I know a lot of you do too, the world of crystals.
Definitely.
We've got an excerpt from Crystal Healing and Manifestation
Oh, right.
that we're going to be looking at today. And
Awesome.
it's pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about what crystals are,
Right.
why people think that they're powerful, how to choose the right ones for you, how to cleanse them, how to charge them,
Okay.
and some practical applications for both healing and manifestation.
All right.
So this is exciting.
I'm excited.
So first of all, I think it'd be good to just kind of get back to the basics.
Sure.
What are crystals?
Yeah. So crystals are basically naturally formed minerals.
Okay.
And they have this really interesting property of having a really strong and stable energetic vibration.
Okay, so I've always been curious about that. Like when we talk about crystals having power, we're talking about energy, not like they're little batteries or something.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not like plugging into a crystal and getting a charge.
Right, right.
It's more about the idea that
Okay.
everything in the universe is made up of energy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like from the tiniest atom to the biggest star.
I mean, we are
Yes.
energy, right?
Exactly. We're all energy.
Yeah.
And crystals have this really unique way of sort of holding and amplifying that energy because of their structure.
Okay, so it's all about this
Yeah.
energetic harmony then.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you know how like a tuning fork can make another object vibrate at the same frequency? It's kind of a similar concept with crystals. The idea is that their vibrations can interact with our own energy fields,
Okay, that makes sense.
and either sort of help to align and balance our energy or even amplify certain intentions we have.
Okay, so you mentioned intentions, and that brings me to the next thing I wanted to ask you about,
Yeah.
which is, there's so many different kinds of crystals out there.
Yeah. Right. How do you even begin to choose the right one?
Right. It can definitely be overwhelming when
Yeah.
you walk into a crystal shop and you see all these
Right.
sparkling,
Rose and
beautiful stones. But the best way to think about it is to think of it like choosing a tool from a toolbox,
Okay.
right? Like you wouldn't use a hammer to tighten a screw.
No.
So each crystal is believed to have these specific energetic properties that are associated with different benefits.
Okay, so it's about matching the crystal's energy
Exactly.
to what you're trying to achieve.
It's like finding that perfect match
Yes.
between the crystal's energy and your intention.
Okay, I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So I'm really interested to hear about some specific examples.
Yeah.
I know you're interested in crystals for both
Yes.
healing and manifestation.
Mhm.
So let's start with healing.
Okay.
Are there specific crystals that you found to be helpful?
So the excerpt actually mentions amethyst as a good crystal for healing. And I think a lot of people can relate to those times when your mind is just racing and you're feeling anxious.
Oh my gosh, all the time.
Right. And amethyst is known for promoting calm and intuition.
So if I'm feeling overwhelmed and I just need like a boost of inner peace, amethyst might be a good one.
Amethyst is a great one to have around
Okay.
for those moments.
Yeah,
It's like a little pocket of peace you can carry with you.
I like that.
Yeah.
So what about manifestation?
Yeah.
What if I'm like trying to attract abundance
Right.
or achieve a specific goal?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So for manifestation, the source mentions citrine,
Okay.
which is a really beautiful, like sunny yellow crystal,
Mm-hmm.
and is thought to attract prosperity and success.
Okay.
So you imagine yourself like walking into a meeting
Yeah.
with a citrine in your pocket,
Okay.
and its sunny color is reminding you of abundance and confidence.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all about that energy you're bringing to it.
So it's not just about the crystal itself. It's also the energy and intention that
Exactly.
we bring to it.
It's like a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
We're working with the crystals,
Yeah.
and they're working with us.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And that brings us to a really important point,
Okay.
which is crystal care.
Right. Crystal care. I've heard about cleansing and charging crystals. It
Yes.
all sounds a little mystical to me.
It can sound a little mystical,
Yeah.
but it's actually pretty simple.
Okay.
So the way I like to think about it is that crystals are like sponges.
Okay.
They absorb energy from their surroundings
Mm-hmm.
and from the people who handle them.
Okay.
So cleansing is like giving them a refreshing reset.
So you're clearing out any like
Exactly.
stagnant energy.
Yeah, any stagnant or negative energy
Got it.
that they might have picked up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you actually cleanse a crystal?
There are so many different ways.
Okay.
And it can be as simple or elaborate as you like.
Okay.
Some people like to use smoke,
Okay.
like from sage or incense to
Yeah.
kind of waft over the crystals.
Yeah.
Others prefer bathing them in moonlight.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, you can even bury them in the earth
Really?
for a grounding cleanse.
Wow. I'm picturing like my crystals like basking in the moonlight,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
absorbing all that lunar energy.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've cleansed them. Now what about charging?
So charging is like replenishing their energy.
Like giving them a power boost.
Exactly.
Okay.
Aligning them with our intentions.
Okay.
One common way to charge crystals is to leave them in sunlight.
Okay.
But you want to be careful because some crystals can actually fade in direct sunlight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's always good to do your research.
Okay.
You can also place them on like a selenite slab,
Mm-hmm.
which is known for its amplifying properties.
Okay.
Or you can even just visualize filling them with white light.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've chosen our crystals.
Yeah.
We've cleansed them. We've charged them.
They're ready to go.
They're ready for action. I like that.
Yeah.
So let's dive into some practical applications.
Okay.
You mentioned healing earlier.
Yeah.
And I know you're interested in chakra work. So
Mhm.
can you explain how crystals are used for that?
Sure. So, you know how we talk about chakras?
Yeah.
And they're like these energy centers in the body?
Like spinning wheels of energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And there are 7 main ones.
Right.
And they each govern a different aspect of our being.
Okay.
So when a chakra is blocked or imbalanced, it can affect our physical or emotional
Mhm.
or spiritual well-being.
So how do crystals come into play with the chakras?
Well, certain crystals are associated with specific chakras.
Okay.
So, for example, amethyst
Yeah.
that we talked about earlier.
For calming.
Yeah, for calming, and intuition
Right.
is often linked to the third eye chakra,
Okay.
which is located in the center of your forehead.
Mm-hmm.
And it governs things like intuition and spiritual insight.
Okay, so if I place amethyst on my forehead during meditation, I could potentially enhance my intuition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like that. It's like giving your third eye a
Yeah.
little boost.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then another example is rose quartz,
Okay.
which
yeah.
is associated with the heart chakra.
Which is all about love,
Exactly. All about love.
compassion,
Emotional healing.
virginal healing. Yeah.
So rose quartz on my heart
Mm-hmm.
could help me cultivate self-love.
Absolutely. It's like calling in that loving energy.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's about using the crystal's energy
Yeah.
to support the flow and balance of our own energy system.
Exactly.
Okay, so what about crystal-infused water?
Oh, yeah. Crystal elixirs.
Have you ever done that?
I have. I've experimented with crystal elixirs.
Okay, I've always been a little curious,
Yeah.
but also a little apprehensive.
Yeah. Well, you definitely want to be cautious
Okay,
because some crystals are actually toxic
okay.
and should never be used in water.
So safety first with that.
Always safety first.
Yeah.
So do your research.
Right, but crystal elixirs are made by placing a crystal in a glass of water
Okay.
and letting it sit overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is that the water absorbs the crystal's energy,
Okay.
and then you drink the water.
So are there specific crystals that are safe?
Yeah, so clear quartz is a popular choice.
Okay.
Because it's considered a master healer
Mm-hmm.
and an energy amplifier.
So it's like amplifying the properties of the water.
Exactly.
Oh.
But rose quartz is also a safe option.
Okay.
And it's known for its gentle, loving energy.
So it's almost like drinking a love potion.
It's like a little love potion for your soul.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question
Okay.
that I know a lot of people are wondering about.
Okay.
Can crystals help me sleep better?
Yes, the age-old question.
Right.
Everyone wants a good night's sleep.
Well, and I just,
Right.
sometimes I have trouble, like,
Yeah.
quieting my mind
Yeah.
and really relaxing.
It's hard to shut off those thoughts sometimes.
Exactly.
So there are definitely crystals that can help with that.
Okay.
One thing you can try is placing a piece of amethyst
Okay.
or lepidolite under your pillow.
Okay.
Amethyst, we already talked about, brings calmness and peace.
Yeah.
And lepidolite is known for promoting relaxation and deep sleep.
So it's like inviting these calming energies into your dream space.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah, it's like creating a little sanctuary for your sleep.
Now, what if I'm feeling stressed or anxious?
So for stress and anxiety, black tourmaline
Okay.
is often used for protection and grounding.
Okay.
It's like a
I
shield
like that.
deflecting negative energy
Mm-hmm.
and creating a sense of security.
Okay.
You can place it by your bed or carry it with you.
I've heard of people carrying crystals with them.
Yeah, it's a great way to have that energy with you
Yeah.
throughout the day.
Okay, so we've covered healing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about manifestation.
Okay, let's do it.
I want to know, like, how can we use crystals to attract abundance and achieve our goals?
So manifestation is all about aligning your energy with your desires
Okay.
and taking inspired action.
Right.
Right. So it's not just about sitting back and wishing for things.
Got it.
It's about taking those steps to make it happen.
Yeah.
And crystals can be really powerful allies in this process.
Okay.
Um, One method is actually programming a crystal with a specific intention.
Okay. So how do you actually program a crystal?
Yeah, so it's actually pretty simple.
Okay.
You hold a crystal in your hand,
Okay.
close your eyes, take a few deep breaths,
Mm-hmm.
and visualize your desired outcome
Okay.
with as much detail as possible.
Okay.
And then either out loud or silently, you repeat an affirmation
Okay.
that embodies your intention.
Got it.
So, for example, if you're seeking abundance, you might say,
Mm-hmm.
I'm open to receiving abundance in all areas of my life.
Okay.
And you feel that energy flowing into the crystal.
So it's like you're infusing the crystal with your
Exactly.
focused energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to ask about crystal grids. Oh, yeah, crystal grids.
I've seen them everywhere on social media.
They're very popular.
Are they really as powerful?
They're pretty amazing.
As people say.
So think of a crystal grid like a powerful antenna.
Okay.
You know, it amplifies your intention
Mm-hmm.
by arranging the crystals in specific geometric patterns.
Okay.
And it's believed to create this vortex of energy
Wow.
that draws your desire into reality.
Okay. I can see how that visual representation could be really powerful.
Yeah, it's really about harnessing the energy of the crystals
Yeah.
and the geometry of the grid.
Okay, so is there a specific grid that you would recommend for manifesting abundance?
So the source mentions a money grid,
Okay.
which sounds very appropriate.
Yeah.
And it typically involves a citrine in the
For
center.
abundance.
Yeah, representing abundance and prosperity.
Mm-hmm.
And then surrounded by green adventure home for luck
Okay.
and pyrite for attracting wealth.
Okay. I'm adding crystal grid to my to-do list.
It's a fun project.
It sounds like a fun way to work with crystals. Definitely.
So what about just like carrying a crystal in my pocket or wearing it as jewelry?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's a wonderful way to keep the crystal's energy close to you
Mm-hmm.
throughout the day.
Okay.
Tumbled stones are great for pockets.
Oh.
And crystal jewelry is beautiful
Yeah.
and serves as a constant reminder
Yeah.
of your intentions.
It's like having a little energetic buddy supporting you on your journey.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about that partnership. You know, we bring our intentions and actions,
Right.
and the crystals lend their unique energies to
Yeah.
support us along the way.
This has been incredibly insightful. I feel like I'm already starting to see crystals in a whole new light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. It's amazing how much depth and wisdom there is to uncover
Yeah.
when we start exploring this world.
We've just scratched the surface here. There's so much more to learn and explore about the fascinating world of crystal energy and its potential to enhance our lives. You know, before the break, we were talking about how crystals can be like energetic partners.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking about something else I read in the source,
Okay.
which is this idea that crystals can actually communicate with us.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
What do you think about that?
It's interesting. I
Yeah.
mean, they're not going to be speaking in words,
Right.
but a lot of people who work with crystals do believe that they can receive like intuitive guidance
Okay.
or insights from them.
So it's more about like
Yeah.
sensing the crystal's energy
Exactly.
and seeing what comes up.
Yeah, just being open to
Yeah.
those subtle messages.
It's like maybe a feeling or a thought.
Yeah, or an image even
Yeah.
that just pops into your head. And
Yeah.
you can be like, whoa, where did that come from?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, maybe that's the crystal talking to me.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it kind of ties back to what we were talking about earlier with, you know, crystals having unique frequencies and how they interact with our energy field.
Exactly. It's that energetic exchange that's
Yeah.
happening.
Okay, so this brings me to another question
Okay.
that I think a lot of people have about crystals, which is, you know, is it all just placebo effect?
That's the great question. And it's a question that comes up a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's important to acknowledge that the scientific evidence for crystal healing
Right.
is still pretty limited.
Okay.
But there is a growing body of research
Okay.
that's exploring the energetic properties of crystals
Okay.
and their potential impact on human consciousness.
So it's not necessarily just like
Oh,
all in our heads.
It might not just be all in our heads.
Yeah.
And I think even if some of the benefits
Yeah.
are attributed to the placebo effect,
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't diminish their potential value.
Right, because the placebo effect is still powerful in itself.
It's a very powerful demonstration of the mind-body connection.
Totally.
You know, like our beliefs can really influence our
Yeah.
experiences.
Absolutely. And I think even if believing in the power of crystals
Yeah.
helps someone feel better,
Yeah.
who are we to say it's not real for them?
Exactly. If it's working for you,
Yeah.
then it's working.
Yeah.
And I think beyond the placebo effect, there's just this undeniable energetic quality to crystals.
Yeah.
And whether or not we fully understand
Right.
how it works,
Yeah.
a lot of people experience tangible shifts
Yeah.
in their well-being when they work with crystals.
I think it's all about finding what resonates with you and
Okay.
being open to the possibilities.
Yeah, and if it's just a beautiful reminder
Yeah.
of your intentions, it's still pretty awesome.
I agree. I agree. So I'm curious, in your experience,
Mm.
what are some of the most common misconceptions
Oh,
that
yeah.
people have about crystals?
One of the biggest ones is that crystals are like a quick fix
Okay.
or a magic solution to all our problems,
Okay.
which we all wish
All right.
it would be that easy.
Yeah.
Um, but it's important to remember that crystals are tools.
Right.
They're there to support our intentions,
Okay.
but they don't do the work for us.
So it's not like I wave my crystal wand and poof, all my problems are solved?
Yeah, if only it were that simple.
If only.
But it's about aligning our energy with our desires
Right.
and taking inspired actions.
So working in partnership
Yeah.
with the crystals.
Yeah, it's a collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah, another misconception is that you need like a huge collection
Oh,
of
yeah.
expensive crystals.
Okay. I've seen those like elaborate crystal altars online,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can go down a rabbit hole.
and it can feel intimidating.
It can be very intimidating.
Yeah.
But the truth is you can start with just one crystal
Okay.
that resonates with you.
Yeah.
It's about quality over quantity.
I like that.
Yeah, just finding that connection
Yeah.
that feels right for you.
Okay, so what about this idea that crystals can be like dangerous or cursed?
Oh, yeah, the crystal curse.
Yeah, I've heard some stories.
Yeah, it's a common myth.
Okay.
And while it's always wise to handle crystals with respect
Okay.
and care,
Hmm.
the idea that they can be like inherently evil or harmful
Yeah.
is largely unfounded.
Sure. Okay, so I don't have to worry about a rogue amethyst taking over my life.
I think you're safe.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah, I think it really comes down to our own beliefs and intentions.
Okay.
You know, the power we attribute to crystals ultimately stems from us.
Right.
So if we approach them with fear or negativity,
Mm-hmm.
that's the energy we're likely to amplify.
Right. It's like anything else. Our energy and our intentions shape our experiences.
Exactly. And when we approach crystals with love,
Yeah.
respect, a positive mindset,
Right.
we're more likely to experience their supportive
Mhm.
and uplifting qualities.
So no need to call the Ghostbusters for a crystal exorcism.
Yeah, no need for an exorcism.
Yeah. Okay, good to know.
Just a good cleansing usually does the trick.
Right.
And remember, crystals are forces of nature.
Yeah.
And nature is inherently benevolent and supportive.
This has been so enlightening.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
You know, we've debunked some myths,
Yeah.
and I feel like I have a much more balanced perspective now
Great to hear.
about how to approach working with crystals.
Yeah, it's about empowering ourselves with knowledge and discernment so we can really navigate the world of crystals
Right.
with confidence and joy.
Okay, so speaking of joy, one thing that I've noticed in my own experience
Yeah.
is that working with crystals can really spark a sense of wonder
Oh, absolutely.
and playfulness.
It's like connecting with that inner child.
Yeah.
You know, that sense of curiosity and awe.
Yeah, like rediscovering the magic of childhood.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's something we could all use a little more of.
totally, totally. So, you know, I'm realizing that this whole deep dive, it's not just about crystals. It's really about exploring our connection, our energy, intention, the power of belief.
You've hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, crystals are just like a gateway to a deeper understanding of ourselves
Okay.
and the universe around us.
And that's a journey worth taking.
Absolutely it is.
Absolutely. We'll be right back to wrap up this exploration of crystals.
I have to say, I'm feeling pretty energized
Mm-hmm.
after our exploration of crystals.
Yeah, me too. It's
amazing how much there is to learn about them,
it is.
you know, and their energy and potential.
So much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think one of the things that's really resonating with me
Mm.
is this sense of personal empowerment
Yeah.
that comes with working with crystals.
Absolutely.
Like, it gives us a tangible way to connect with our intentions
Yeah.
and, you know, take an active role in our own well-being.
Yeah. It's like taking that power back.
Exactly. Exactly. So
Yeah.
as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
what are some key takeaways?
That you hope listeners will walk away with.
I think the biggest thing is to approach crystals with an open mind
Okay.
and a sense of curiosity.
Yeah.
You know, don't be afraid to experiment and see what resonates with you personally.
Right.
There's no right or wrong way.
Like find your own.
Yeah, find your own crystal groove.
Yeah, I like that.
Trust your intuition.
Mhm.
Let your heart guide you.
Yeah.
And And if you're drawn to a particular crystal, there's a reason for that.
Right. Yeah.
And also remember that crystals are tools.
Yes.
They're not magic wands.
Right. It's about the partnership.
Yeah, it's a collaboration.
Yeah.
We work with them. They work with us.
And have fun.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Have fun with it.
Yeah.
It should be a joyful experience.
Yeah.
Let your inner child come out and play.
Absolutely.
Allow yourself to be amazed by the beauty and wonder of these natural treasures.
It's been an incredible journey.
Isn't
And
it?
I have a feeling it's just the beginning.
I think so, too. There's always more to learn and explore.
So much more.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is,
Yeah.
if you could choose one crystal to work with right now,
Okay.
which one would it be and why?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, let us know.
Share your thoughts with us, and let's keep this crystal conversation going.
Definitely.
Until next time, may your journey be filled with sparkling insights and radiant energy.
Beautiful.